A question nobody thought to ask when devising temperature scales was, how low can you go? Is there an absolute lower limit of temperature? The idea that there might be would become a turning point in the history of cold.
The story begins with the French physicist Guillaume Amonton. He was doing experiments heating and cooling bodies of air to see how they expand and contract.
Amonton heated air in a glass bulb by placing it in hot water. Just like a hot air balloon, the air in the glass bulb expanded as the increased pressure forced a column of mercury up the tube. Then he tried cooling the air.
He was noticing that, well, when you cool a body of air, the pressure would go down. And he speculated, well, what would happen if we just kept cooling it?
By plotting this falling temperature against pressure, Amonton saw that as the temperature dropped, so did the pressure. And this gave him an extraordinary idea.
Amonton started to consider the possibility what would happen if you projected this line back until the pressure was zero. And this was the first time in this course of history that people had actually considered the concept of an absolute zero of temperature. Zero pressure, zero temperature.
It was quite a revolutionary idea when you think about it, because you wouldn't just think that temperature has a limit of a lower bound or zero, because in the upper end it can go on forever, we think, until it's hotter and hotter and hotter. But somehow maybe there's a 0 point where this all begins. So you could actually give a calculation of where this 0 point would be. Amonton didn't do that calculation himself, but some other people did later on. And when you do it, you get a value that's actually not that far from the modern value of roughly minus 273 centigrade.
In one stroke, Amonton had realized that although temperatures might go on rising forever, they could only fall as far as this absolute point, now known to be minus 273 degrees centigrade.